Okay, in this exercise I am going to show you how to work within Microsoft Excel. We're going to create a simple spreadsheet. This is something similar to what you're going to do on your homework assignment. So here I have Microsoft Excel open. First thing what I want to do is, as you notice, when I click on the cell, you can tell that up in here the font is Calibri, font size is 11. That may be a little too small to read, so what I'm going to do is come in here. Okay, I'm going to place my cursor here, select everything, and what I'm going to do is change this to, you can leave it that font, that's fine, but I probably just want to go ahead and bump up the font size to maybe a 14. Okay, so now everything's at a Calibri font size 14. So the first thing what I want to do is probably come in here and type in something along this line. Okay, so we're going to have our item, we're going to probably have our description, and then a cost. I'm going to start out with that. Okay, so many of you should have taken CIS 110 and should be familiar with Microsoft Excel, how to basically adjust cells, and what I'm doing here. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and number my items. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and center them. Okay, so these are going to be the 10 items. Okay, we need one more here. Okay, these are going to be the 10 items that I am requiring you all to search in the material search for Lowe's or Home Depot. So the first one may be 4x8 exterior sheathing. Okay, and then whatever the cost is, well, I'm just going to go ahead and center everything. Maybe bold this first line item, and I'm going to change that to currency. Okay, so we have some dollar value, and let's just say $8 per. Okay, so we probably also want to add another field here. We'll call this quantity. So assuming if we only have a quantity of 1, let's just change that to unit cost, quantity, and then we're going to make this a total. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to give it a formula equals this value times the quantity. Okay, so that's $8. So if I say quantity of 2, that should change automatically, so we're going to leave it at 1. Okay, once I have all this, okay, I can go ahead and copy this formula all the way down here. Okay, next thing, let's say if I happen to be looking for 2x4 stud. Okay, if that was one of my search criteria, let's just say 2x4 by 8 feet, happen to be 2. Okay, $2 for each, and quantity, let's say if we just want 1. Okay, so you can kind of see it's automatically doing the tally, and maybe down here what we want to do is put just a total column, and then I'm simply just going to auto sum everything in this field. So now I have a total of $10, and I may want to go ahead and bold this too. Okay, so now I have a working spreadsheet, and I'm not going to finish everything, but you can kind of get the idea and how to go about this. So one thing you want to do is when you're generating this, go to view and just deselect the grid. Notice what happens. Okay, basically you don't see your grid anymore. Get in the habit of coming in here and basically creating something similar to this. Okay, and when you print, it will have basically all your lines. Before, you were simply just going into the grid lines and have the grid lines show. Notice these grid lines, even though the lines are shown, they are gray compared to what I just did. And you can deselect the grid. Okay, to really do this correctly, go back, and if you're not familiar with Excel, go back. You may have to do a little refresher, but come back in here, go into the home, and in your borders, basically you come in here and just do all borders. Okay, alright, so this is just a quick refresher on how to create your Excel spreadsheet that you will use for your assignment in week 1.